You've got a food truck and you want to make the most money by parking it at the right spot before somebody chases you off. Make sure you say it right. This game is called Truck Off. Here's the basic setup for Truck Off. You're going to have up to 6 locations with a die that corresponds each. A 4-sider die, 6, all the way up to a 20-sided die. Now, depending on the number of players, you might actually lose some of these locations. So if you're playing with 4 people, you might lose this location. If you're playing with 3 people, you might lose that location. And then there's actually a 2-player variant. But if you're playing with all 6 people, then you would have all 6 locations. Each person is going to get food truck tokens that go from the number 4 all the way up to 20. And these correspond with locations that you could go to out here. At the beginning of a round, each person is going to take their food truck tokens and they are going to secretly select 2 of them. So for me, I want to go to the Gaming Con and the Food Truck Expo. Then simultaneously, people will reveal where they're going to go. And then the numbers on these at that point are irrelevant. They can be turned face down. Okay, once everybody has selected a location, then you're going to roll the die for each one of these. And this now represents the potential customers that could be at this location. And you will find out if your bet paid off or not. And if it was just that simple, that wouldn't be that great of a game. But of course, there's more to it. So each person has action cards that they can choose from. Everybody has the same action cards that they can choose from. And you can play as many of these as you want on a turn or as little as you want. The only thing you have to keep in mind is that if you choose cards to play in a round, you have to play them. So choose the cards that you want to play, set the other ones aside, and starting with the first player, you will go around and play each one of these cards. Now, it could be as simple as re-roll. So you choose a location, any one you want, and re-roll that die. Next person goes. It could be as something as brutal as this location is now shut down. So say this location that has 3 people at it, you could say, I'm sorry guys, but the Food Truck Expo is now shut down. That's so sad. Or here's another re-roll one where I could take this one and his 10 now turns into a 4. I've got a 3rd truck that I could place out. So if I wanted to, I could place out a 3rd truck for me. Or it says move other player's truck. So if I got somebody else out here that I don't want to be there, I could move them on and now maybe I'll be the only person at that location. The only other one that there is there's a ×2, so I could place it at a location that I want, and now there's ×2 at that location. And there's also one that says that your truck is shut down. So instead of shutting down a location, I could choose to shut down somebody's truck and send them home. The catch to this is that everybody gets to play these cards. So at the beginning, you think that you know what you're going to do, but then somebody else plays a card and ruins your plan. After 5 rounds, you count up who has the most money and they win the game. They said it in their sell sheet, and it's true. This is a light game with a bit of a bite, pun intended, I'm sure. It's got enough to it that it's not just a simple game, but it's not too complicated either. It's very, very approachable. Everybody gets the same cards to do the same exact things. The amount of cards that they play on a turn is up to them, but they have to do those things if they pull those cards. There's a whole lot of back and forth. Something that you thought was really a sure bet at the beginning is totally different by the time it's over. So that's fun. This is almost like a programming game in a sense where you get to place your cards down and then you've got a plan on what you want to see happen, but then you have no idea what everybody else is going to do. The fact that it goes from 2 to 6 players is great because if you're playing with 6 people, then it's ridiculous on the amount of things that could happen in a round. Or if you're just playing with 3 and they have a 2-player variant. Now, I haven't tried that, but there is special rules to play this with just 2 people. So that's the high points for this game. So check it out on Kickstarter and see if this is something you want to back.